Just moments ago, we got access to the Eagle Creek trailhead for the first time since the fire started. KGW's Tim Gordon is there live this afternoon. So, Tim, tell us, how does it look?
Well, Brenda, we backed out from the trailhead to the outer parking lot by the fish hatchery, but it looks a lot like this, just a little ways in there. You can see what it's done to the hillside, the fire really scraping it off here. And you can also see from here a little bit of smoke. We've learned we'll most likely be seeing that sort of thing for many weeks to come. As we drove in from this location, you can see the green and the burn, the mosaic of the fire right up the canyon wall from Eagle Creek. We stopped to see the suspension bridge over the creek twisted and sideways and unusable. Fire crews think a big rock came down and sheared a cable. Up at the trailhead, you can see the fire came right down to the parking area. They saved the kiosk, but you can see the rocks and charred tree trunks and limbs that make the area still unsafe. Crews are now assessing the immediate danger of the slopes around the trailhead and other places where people want to be. What they see is a lot of steep and a lot of potential slides and flooding. Just add water.
When the fire burned that off, then we lost that glue, and so we have a lot of rock there just waiting to move downhill, and gravity's taken over, and there's no glue to hold it in place anymore.
As for the fire itself, 46% contained, and don't expect more until nature snuffs it out. It's too unsafe or even impossible to build lines around the entire thing.
It's not worth the exposure, and the fire growth is very minimal, and the values at risk are protected, so we won't go do that. So the fire won't be actually contained until you probably see snow. So you expect to see smoke and flames until November or Christmas.
Well, that's kind of amazing to hear, but don't expect this fire to take off ever again. It will mostly smolder, but it's really going to take snowfall to knock it out completely. And that's just the way it is. That's nature's going to take care of it. We showed you the water down there. We're right along Eagle Creek, and I wish we had time to put this in our story, but just up the creek a ways, we saw the reds where the Chinook salmon are in spawning right now. And actually a fire like this can be good for a creek because a few logs may fall in place. It also brings down gravel into the creek bed from the hillside. So there's a silver lining in that aspect that hopefully the Chinook salmon will be just fine in Eagle Creek for years to come.